welcome back to the Constitutionals Podcast. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the premier podcast for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. Welcome back in. Sorry, I'm getting things situated over here. This is episode 396. I'm getting things situated over here. I don't know why everything is out of sorts, and it's my fault. With a buddy of yours. That's from Hamilton. Yeah, I still listen to Hamilton. I listen to it all the time. I love it so much. Hamilton's coming back to Atlanta for the entire month of September, and I'm looking for dates to buy, and I'm looking for dates. Oh, please go to Hamilton with me. Do you like musicals? No. Do you like historical musicals? No. Do you like hip hop? No. Okay. I think I have an idea of when I'm going to go. I do have a wedding. I have a bachelor party that's happening in the middle of the month, so I cannot go on the 3 days that I wouldn't go on a Saturday anyway. I don't want to go on Saturday or Sunday, quite frankly. I would like to go on a Friday. The 2 Fridays I was looking at, well, one Friday I'll be gone, but that first Friday is already, it's almost sold out, and Daddy doesn't sit in the rafters. He sits on the floor, baby. He spends that money. No, as I mentioned this previously, get one of the seats on the sides that says, it's going to be blocked by something. It won't be. You'll be fine. You'll miss a little bit, but trust me, you'll be fine. I bought tickets to Death Becomes Her. That'll come in November. Oh, that's right. Yeah. That comes in November. I had to choose a Thursday because I will for sure be gone to the wedding in the middle of November. So I'll be going on a Thursday night, and I'll be watching Death Becomes Her. Ken Marino, comedic actor, Ken Marino is in the touring company, and I'm just like, I love Ken Marino. He's a very funny guy. Go watch everything from Wet Hot American Summer onward. Just go to this Wikipedia page. He's a funny guy. What else have I purchased? I bought a ticket to... Well, I got 2 tickets to Paradise. Buena Vista Social Club. I think I mentioned that already. There's some other ones coming to the Fox Theater that I'm looking forward to. I would love to see Beetlejuice. As I mentioned previously, there's a Mrs. Doubtfire. I want to see Boop. I feel like Boop is going... Oh, I just learned that 6 is... I guess we all just learned. 6 is going to stop on Broadway. I was unable to see the movie, so hopefully that goes on sale digitally so I can buy it. I still have yet to watch Merrily We Roll Along. Have I listened to it multiple times? Yes. But it's a 2.5 hour musical, and I have to be in the mood to watch this shit. I have to be in the mood to watch Hamilton. And I rewatched it for July 4th. Wicked's coming. The Notebook, I will not be seeing either of those. The Bodyguard, that's an interesting choice. I kind of want to see it, but I don't know if I want to. And then Operation Mincemeat. And I believe I have... well, first of all, I only see it if people are coloring this, and Operation Mincemeat will not have people coloring it. But I did for Death Becomes Her about 2 weeks ago. I put a reminder on my calendar to purchase it at 10 a.m. this morning, and then I was at Trader Joe's, and the alert happened, and I got back to my car, and I was like, I should buy these tickets now because they're going to be sold out. And I went, no, they're not. I get back home, I put away the groceries, and it's like, and at that time it's like 10:15. And then I sit down, log into work, and I just I see the ticket, I go, there we go, that's it, I'm going to buy that one. Oh my God. I did look at, when I was looking at tickets for Hamilton, and I chose, I think the week after, 2 weeks after Labor Day, I think I was looking at that. I put a ticket in, I did not end up buying it, but there was a decent, I would say, and by decent, I mean, it was like $150, but there was a ticket that was on an aisle No, excuse me. It was 3 from the aisle up front, right behind the pit where all of the Noah Wiley sits. I'm sorry. Right behind the pit where the super rich people sit. And it was in the front row there, and I was just thinking, man, if I had the money, I'd buy that ticket. But also, I prefer an aisle seat. What else is going on? The Tour Championship is happening as we speak. That is the PGA Tour Championship. And why are there so many U.S. Opens? We should just rename things. Because when the Golf U.S. Open is happening and I need to look up scores and I type in U.S. Open on Google or my search engine of whatever I choose at that point, trying to earn points on Bing, baby, it often pulls up everything that's named U.S. Open. And then now the U.S. Open for tennis is about to happen. It's starting on Sunday. And I'm sure I'm not going to be able to get scores for that unless I go directly to ESPN and the Googs. Oh, my mom texted me. There's a State Farm. We use State Farm. We're a State Farm family. State Farm called me today and said, you're going to get a tariff refund check. And then I was like, oh, maybe my mom is going to get one too. So I will have to tell her that it's for the tariff refunds or whatever they're for. But the way she reacted, excuse me? What? You have to know where this is funny. What else is going on? There's not much going on. This is the last Summer Friday. Last week was my last Summer Friday. As I mentioned in the episode that was aired on Monday. Again, I do apologize for that. And this is the final Summer Friday. And as soon as I logged in today, I bought my what did I buy? Death Becomes Her ticket. I completely forgot what the show was. I bought my Death Becomes Her ticket, and then I got like 5 emails at once. Oh, there's a lot of music that came out today. That's what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so I every Friday right before the gym, I sit down and look at the new music that's coming out. I love doing that. It's so fun. I've been doing it for years. And this is just how I learn about different acts and who has new records and stuff like that. But, this is why I subscribe to SiriusXM. I just want to hear new music. I just want to hear new music. There are records that I downloaded to my phone like 2 months ago that I've only listened to once. And then and a couple that with like Pedal, the new Ariana Grande record, it's still on my phone. A couple that with when I go to the golf course in particular, I have been listening. I've been making my way through REM, Queens of the Stone Age, and I completely forgot the other bands. It's REM and Queens of the Stone Age and Alice in Chains. So I'll go to the driving range, and I'll hit a few, and I'll listen to any records from those guys, any albums, those bands rather. And so it's difficult to mix in new stuff and old stuff. And then also in the car, I just listen to SiriusXM because it's easier that way. But today's output is because of the last day for Grammy eligibility. So it's amazing. We had, like, at least for me, I downloaded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 albums to my phone this morning. 10 albums to my phone this morning because I skipped over one. And it was and I was listening to NPR. They have a music podcast that what is it called? NPR Music Podcast. I think that's what it's called. NPR Music. And then their episode of New Music Friday, they put out episodes of it's on every Friday. New Music Friday. It's just new albums, whatever. Czarface meets Frankie Pulitzer, which is a collaboration album. And then Turnstile released a new version of their latest album, Never Enough. and they teamed up with a bunch of people like Slater and Blood Orange and Faye Webster and I believe Elton John. Yes, Panda Bear. So I'm excited to listen to that. I have not been listening to anything extensively today. I'll tell you that much. Because I am busy and also golf is on. I typically play music or play a video game while I watch golf. On a Saturday or Sunday. Today's the work day. I do not play video games during the work day. No. But the golf is on. Fat Joe put out Organized Rhyme. My future beautiful wife, she will leave her husband for me, Sarah Bareilles, put out Good Grief. She's also touring, and I tried to buy tickets, and I believe they were too expensive. The Phoebe Bridgers tickets, oh my God. This is my issue with Ticketmaster. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. For Beyonce, for Taylor Swift, I was able to get in for both of those acts. But for other people like Phoebe Bridgers, I was skipped over. It's ridiculous to be able to purchase goddamn tickets. So now all the only tickets left for Phoebe Bridgers at, I believe, State Farm Arena here in Atlanta, Georgia, the basketball arena, is only, which is huge. It's huge. Because the last time I saw her, she was at Chastain Amphitheater over there on the northwest Atlanta. It's ridiculous. Anyway, but now those tickets are like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Timeless by Prince, which by my reading obviously it's a posthumous album, but the estate of Prince, I believe, and you have to look this up yourself, but I believe it's songs from every decade he did. So it's a posthumous compilation. I would call it B-sides because this is stuff that he did not choose to put out himself. Then Erykah Badu and The Alchemist, one of the hardest working producers of the last 5 to 10 years, they put out an album, a record. Alabama Shakes put out their first album in years. I'm excited. I fucking love Britney. She's so good. The Linda Lindas put out an album. If you don't know that, these are some young ladies who can rock out with the best of them. And they also have a song with Hayley Williams that if that song does not make it big, then people aren't listening to music. Interpol put out a record. Billy Strings put out a new record. And then Mastodon. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't have the Mastodon record saved, but I will be listening to it. Oh, and Cleo Soul looks like she put something out. I don't know if that is today or last week. Anyway, I'm excited. There's so much music. I don't understand how people can just like one genre of music. Because my YouTube music algorithm is all types of funky. Oh, and then U2 released a single. They're a part of a collaborative effort that I believe U2, yeah. What is that song? It's a Shane McGowan tribute album called 20th Century Patty. And a bunch of other artists are on the tribute album. Bruce Springsteen. I'm sorry, I'm looking for a bunch of names. And the names are not popping up on this Rolling Stone article. Anyway, it's Springsteen, Dropkick Murphys, Tom Waits. And I think those are the names that I recognized at first glance. Okay. Let's get into this. GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto 6, had its only preview this past Thursday. Today's Friday. It was on Netflix. It drew the ire of a lot of, just like its release, drew the ire of a lot of people. It is unfair that it was on Netflix. I don't think, we got word this week that F1 viewership went down because nobody is subscribing to Apple TV, which just increases prices from $13 a month to $15, which is crazy. The company that set aside $1 billion to make shows and movies, $1 billion it's $1 trillion company sets aside $1 billion to make shows and movies, and they're like, guess we need to scale the price, not scale our operations. Anyway, don't take a screenshot. God dang it. Hold on. Sorry, I have to delete this because it's going to save, and I don't want it to save. How do you delete? How do you delete? Oh, Jesus. I don't know how to delete this. All right, whatever. It's going to upload at some point. So it was on Netflix, and then I believe 6 hours later it was on YouTube, where everybody else watched it. But I did watch it on Netflix. I didn't want to be somebody who watched it on Netflix, and then at 3:00 I went, I guess I'll turn on Netflix. This comes from IGN. This is GTA 6: Everything Revealed and Confirmed, written by Wesley Yin Poole. We got a good look at the main characters, at what we'll be doing in the game, which is just running around, robbing people and killing people. There's a lot of gameplay details in the game. Let's see what else is going on. I was going to say something, and I'm not going to say anything. I will say, Lucia, she's a gorgeous woman. I can't believe this video game. It looks too realistic. The entire time I was watching the gameplay. No, it was yeah. It's got a big map. We're back in Vice City, which is modeled after Miami. So it's got a lot of southern charm to it. It looks a lot more run down than Liberty City was. There's a new wanted level system, and you can go read all this yourself. There's a lot of stuff happening. You can choose to there's two main characters, Jason and Lucia. You can choose to interact romantically, like hold hands and things like that, or you can just choose to be platonic friends throughout the entire game. You can things return like from GTA San Andreas, where you can, if you eat a lot, then you'll get fat. If you work out a lot, you'll be muscular. It looks like more GTA. If you played GTA 3 through 5, you'll get the gist of what this game is. I think it's a good mixture of the RPG-ish elements of San Andreas and the improvements that Red Dead Redemption 2, another Rockstar game, had. I'm glad. There's two things there's one thing I'm really glad about, is that it's not launching with online and the focus is on the story. There was also a report that one of the directors of Rockstar or whatever, like a big person at Rockstar, was like, mentioned like, oh, a gameplay can take, a story run could be 80 hours. I'm just thinking, let's not put numbers on this, because I think GTA 4 took me 50 hours. I think on the dot was 50, because there's an achievement for beating the game in under 50 hours. But obviously, I was running around doing stuff. And then for GTA 5. The first time I beat it, yes, I have beaten that game multiple times, and I do not like that game that much anymore. But the first time I beat it on 360, I don't know the time on it, but now as I play, on the Series X, I'm doing things in first person. I'm mostly driving and running around in first person. There's also no first person in GTA 6, which I don't know. Then there's other things that and I'm also for the other playthrough of GTA 5 is just doing things differently. Then there's also considerations for this game that Rockstar is doing that I feel is hampering the game. For GTA 5, they released it, I believe, 3 separate times: 360 and PS3 era, and then Xbox One and PS4. And then PC, I guess, and then they had an updated version for PS5 and Xbox Series X. So that's like 4 different versions of that game, making people buy the game, if you wanted to play it over and over again. But now I believe they just updated the Xbox One and PS4 version to the Xbox Series X and PS5 version, if you have those versions, and those and then also when it came to PC, it ran at 60. It ran better. It ran at 60 frames per second, and also the mods and stuff. GTA 6 runs at 30 frames per second, which is, I think, unacceptable in today's climate of playing video games. And also, they're not doing a PC version, maybe until, who knows? I don't know when the PC version for GTA 5 came out. Let's look that up. Oops, that's the wrong one. GTA 5 PC release date versus console. That was, I'm going to go to the wiki. Okay, I'm not going to go to the wiki. The wiki was bad. I'm trying not to use AI. Okay, here's the Wikipedia. If you don't click through the to links on Google, then it's just going to feed you more AI shit. So don't do that. All right, here's the release. 2014 was when it was at E3. So the new version, the PS5 and Xbox Series X version was 2022. Wow. But it was announced June 2020. Interesting. Prior to that, the PS4 Xbox One version 2014. And then prior to that, am I wrong? Was there a 360 version? Oh, I was wrong. So it was only released 3 times. Okay. So for 2014, and then the PC was 2015, and that one did run at 60 frames with 4K resolution. The higher the frame rate, the better, the smoother looking the game will be. And this game does look good. The graphics look great. The gameplay looks pretty dated to me. It just looks like GTA 4 and GTA 5, which was and Red Dead Redemption 2, which have already been slow. They're slow and too realistic for their own sake. For this one, if you have to put gas in the car, I'm going to be pissed. Hey, speaking of video games, this comes from Xbox Wire, written by Jason Ronald, VP of the Next Generation. Your discs, now also digital. I think I previously mentioned this. Xbox is doing a thing where this is something they wanted to do for Xbox One, and people were pissed about for no reason. They just wanted to be mad just to be mad. And now this is at least better than what PlayStation is doing. If you own physical Xbox games, I believe Xbox One and up, at least for now, Xbox One and Xbox Series X games, so not 360 and not original Xbox just yet. It'll happen. I'm sure it'll happen because those games are backwards compatible with the Series X now. But if you own Xbox One and Xbox Series X discs, like let's say Halo 5 Guardians. Is that what it's called? Halo 5 Guardians. I say that now because I'm almost done with Halo Campaign Evolved. I put it down for a little bit, mostly because I do not like the Flood. I really don't like the Flood. That pisses me off so much. But I'm almost done. I have maybe an hour left. I'm on the last... No. I have 2 hours left. I'm on the last 2 missions. Doesn't matter. Who cares? So if you own these discs, you slip them into your Xbox, and they download the game information from the internet. And currently, you put those discs in, and then you download the game, and then you have to have the disc inside of the console in order to play the game. So if you want to play Halo 5 Guardians, you can't, and you don't own it digitally, but you own it physically. You put it in, and then you download it, and then you play the game. If you don't have the disc in there, then you can't play the game. Starting next week, yes, in beta testing, and this has already been announced, and I've already spoken about this, Xbox users can have these discs, put Halo 5 Guardians in, it downloads the game, they can take the disc out and put the game back in its case, and as long as that disc does not go into someone else's Xbox, they are allowed to play that game, the digital version, forever, perpetually, it seems. This is a good move, especially after Sony announced that they will not be doing video disk drives in the PS6, and that production of physical games will be lessening a lot. Again, this is for everybody on Xbox, but the Xbox Insiders program, which are beta testers. Anybody can be a beta. All you have to do is sign up. I chose not to. But you can sign up and start testing it on next week on August 31st. I assume in the fall there's a big update that Xbox usually does on a yearly basis. I think on a bi-yearly basis. Once in the spring and once in the fall, if I remember correctly, where they update the system and you can do stuff like new these cool whatever. Who gives a shit? Updates. You know what updates are. And so we can expect that in the coming months. I think it's a good move. A lot of people like this. I like it. I don't know if this is going to help physical games in any sense of the word. Mostly because it feels as though a lot of stores aren't, because you see it all the time. Stores aren't holding on to Xbox games, so at least they ain't stocking Xbox games. They're not stocking Xbox games, or the selection of Xbox games has gotten smaller because the market share is for PlayStation, it favors PlayStation. I look, I'm a collector. We know that I have that entire bookcase next to the rower over there is filled to the brim with DVDs and Blu-rays, and I love it. Obviously, I think it's good that people can buy movies and video games and have preservation. I buy digital movies, and I'm all about preservation. I'm not going to buy things I don't want to, or I'm going to watch once or play once. But I will buy the things that I plan on enjoying for the rest of my life. It's important that we have access to these things. And then on the other hand, are we putting so much implicit trust into Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo, a company that has taken so long to get into digital gaming, to proper digital gaming, where you can re-download the stuff that you buy, because on the Wii U, everything, and the Wii U and the Wii, everything was tied to those consoles. But on the Switch, it seems to be tied to your name, and the Switch too. That's where PlayStation. That's where PC is much better, because games don't really disappear on PC. People will find a way to get most things running, unless there's anti-cheat software on there, then, which is I think the newest issue in the community within the past couple of years is just one of the biggest issues is that companies like Activision put anti-cheat software in their games, which in turn makes them so friggin' difficult to run on and cumbersome. Cumbersome is a word. Am I thinking? Yeah, cumbersome. Okay. As soon as I said cumbersome, I thought of Benedict Cumberbatch, and I was like, "Am I pronouncing his last name right?" But it makes running those games cumbersome on not just PCs, but then on handheld PCs like the Steam Deck. Every time I pick up my Steam Deck, because a couple of weeks ago, if you recall, I told the story of how it was bricked for it was boot looping rather for 2 straight weeks, for 10 days. For 10 straight days it was boot looping, and then one day it just stopped boot looping and it booted back up and updated everything, and I was like, oh boy. Oh no. Speaking of things that are giving me issues, The company I work for, the networks I work for, they updated along with the Mac OS update that came, maybe like a month and change ago. They also updated their enterprise software. So there are these unskippable update notices that pop up. I'm not joking. Every 3 minutes, it says continue or install later. And I did an update last week. And now it's asking, because Mac has a security update, and the only reason I know that is because the Mac Mini has a security update that is going to go through tonight. For the past 3 days, the enterprise software has been popping up every 3 minutes. And I've just had to hit install later. I could probably do it now. Oh, God. It's Friday at... Like, why are we asking for stuff to be done now? Anyway, this is good. But I just want game preservation, and we're putting this trust inside of these companies that, quite frankly, don't give a shit about the consumer. As much as this turnaround that Xbox is trying to do in regards to recapturing some market share of the video game space, in 20 years, am I going to be able to play the next Xbox, whatever that may be, the size of a phone, plug it in and play The Witcher 3 that I've purchased. I have the physical version, and I also purchased it digitally because I love to waste money. No, it was $8 digitally because it's so old. But that game I purchased, I think, new for $60, and then years down the line, I guess I have not beaten it. I think I've only put in like 8 hours. I'm not kidding. And then I also bought it on PC, which is crazy. Because again, I've never played it. But it's that game's been out for I think 10 years. They have a free 10th anniversary update that's coming, which is going to include all of the DLC. DLC I already bought. So if I just waited, then I wouldn't have had to waste this money. Am I going to be able to play The Witcher 3 in 20 years on whatever that Xbox is? Am I going to be able to play Ratchet and Clank, the reboot from a couple of years ago, on that PlayStation in 20 years? Is Nintendo going to allow me to continue playing Smash Brothers and Mario Kart that are on my Switch right now? I would hope so. I'm in the middle of a challenge on, I need to talk about this, on with Concept 2. So I bought this rower in February, and I've been using it alongside the bike and alongside the treadmill, and now the Rogue Echo bike that is on the other side of the living room. Remember, I got that bike for $50. Oh my God, that's the best deal I've ever gotten. Anyway, okay, well, I'm not gonna talk about it. But they have an August challenge. They have challenges every month. They have an August challenge for row 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 meters every week for August. So it builds up 10,000 every single time. And I'm at 37,000 meters as of yesterday. I rode on Monday. I rode on Sunday. I did 20 minutes and then 20 minutes. And then on Tuesday, because I did the math beforehand, and I just thought on top of me going to the gym, on top of me cycling and running, and then walking with Maverick, I had to do a lot. So I did, today's the 28th. So I did 2020. Oh, that's Saturday. Did I row on Saturday? What is hold on. What day is it? You boy, what day is it? Oh, okay, that's last week. Okay, so the 23rd was Sunday. Okay, so on 23rd, I did 20. On Sunday, I did 20 minutes. That got me 3,500 meters. And then on the 24th, I did 30 minutes, 5,500 meters. On Tuesday, I did 45 minutes. I was sick of Peloton. I only take one rowing instructor. His name is Alex Karvosky. He's the only good one. But he tells boring stories. He just tells very boring stories that I don't give a shit about. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I did 45 for 8,300 meters, an hour for 10,800 meters and I'm rounding down on some of these. And then I did 46 minutes yesterday on Thursday for roughly something happened with the PM5. So there's 3 different things in here for yesterday, but for roughly 9,000. Yes, 9,000, roughly 9,000. So I'm currently for this challenge at, so I will be rowing at the end of the workday. But for this challenge, I'm at 37,198 meters. Oh my God. Strava has miscounted and it says I'm at like 30,000. This is why I track everything a lot of places. It's like Garmin is first, Strava is second, and then Peloton and Concept Tour are like the third and fourth, wherever things need to be. Doesn't matter who gives a shit. But it is tiring. I've been so tired all week long, and also I've burned so many calories, so I've been starving. I weighed myself this morning. I weigh myself every morning. Every morning I work out, and so 6 times, and I just lost like 2 or 3 pounds. And it keeps going lower, which is a good problem to have, I guess. I don't know. But man, it was, you would think, every time I've told somebody about this, like I'll tell somebody at the gym about this challenge, they're like, whoa, that's a lot. Aren't you bored? I go, no. Because yesterday I put on Executive Decision. Oh my God, that movie is so good. I'm rowing to Executive Decision, and I'm watching this movie as I row. It's amazing. I can't like I enjoy using Peloton for the bike stuff, but for the treadmill and for the rower, I'm slowly easing off. Because I'm watching Hannibal. Ugh, Hannibal's such a good TV show. Oh man, it's so good. Hannibal is so good. I am just gobbling up that show. Any excuse. I hop on the treadmill for 30 minutes. I gotta put on Hannibal. Hop on the bike for 45 to an hour. I gotta put on Hannibal. Although I have been watching a lot of Eastern action movies. I believe. Oh shit! What did I watch? I don't know what it's called. Let's go to my IMDb. I just watched something that was fine. It wasn't the best. Watch during workout. Let's see. Oh, Dante's Peak was the first thing I watched this year. Hunt the Wicked. Hunt the Wicked is something I watched. It's I believe a Chinese movie from 2024. The action is good. The story kind of sucks. And it's kind of a hokey movie, but I enjoyed it. Oh, I also watched Awake. Oh my God. That's what I did on Tuesday. I watched Hunt the Wicked for that hour-long row, and then for the 45 on Tuesday. Oh my God. That's Awake sucked. Starring Gina Rodriguez. She's great. She's fantastic. And she's so beautiful in that movie. But man, that movie sucked butt so much. On Saturday, I did a 2-hour ride. And I watched Crimson Tide, and it was fucking amazing. Crimson Tide is so good. And then last week for my hour-long row, I did National Treasure: Book of Secrets. I'm using the long rides and rows. I will never do a long run as an excuse to watch movies I'd never seen before, including the Mummy movies. The Mummy one is good. The other 2 stink. The Raid Redemption, Shooter, The Contractor. Pathan, that's an Indian movie. Durandahar, The Revenge. Yeah. Anyway, I'll stop talking about that stuff. All right, let's move on. This comes from NPR, written by Bob Mondello. Hollywood's summer box office is glowing, but the numbers come with startling caveats. Ever since the pandemic, the entire box office has been trying to come back, and some years it's been like good, it's been decent. It has not been pre-pandemic levels numbers, but other years. Okay, I have to respond to a message really fast. All right, hold on. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this while I'm talking. Oh God, it's not typing. Jesus Christ. All right. All new. There you go. See, I can vamp. Okay. But some years we have up and downs. Barbenheimer, that really helped out. And then I believe the one with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Is that the latest one? That one was an okay year. This year is good because not only do you have a superhero movie, but you have the biggest superhero movie, arguably. Why is Spider-Man so big? You would think that an Avengers movie would be bigger. Like a team up, because you get all your people together. I don't know what I was going to say. But this year, not only do you have a superhero movie, you have a Pixar movie from a franchise that is the one that started it all, Toy Story 5. You've got Christopher Nolan's next biggest movie, arguably his biggest movie, The Odyssey. And then you also have YouTubers making movies with Backrooms and Obsession. I just learned that the young lady in Obsession is a person of color, so I can watch that movie. Oh, and then you also have Michael. Speaking of Michael, I have no interest in watching that movie, but I was served a clip on YouTube, so I clicked on it or tapped on it. It was on my iPad, and I started watching it. It was him in a conference room with Miles Teller and a bunch of execs, and I guess they were talking about the music. And the first thing that came to my mind was, this looks like a movie that is shot for TNT, USA, FX in the mid 2000s, and it's like a straight to TV movie because it looks like something you would catch on cable on a rainy Saturday afternoon in full screen. And I do mean that to be an insult. Obsession and Backrooms together added $460 million to the North American box office. Wow. We've also got Spider-Man doing 2 point whatever billion. Odyssey made billion. Like it's amazing, but it took a very long time for us to get to this point. There's also less screens there, and people are still not going to the movies as much. Yes, they'll go to see giant hits like the Odyssey and Spider-Man, but ticket prices are expensive. If like the IMAX ticket prices were $35 for a lot of places. According to S&P Global reports, through mid-August in the year before the pandemic, cinemas sold 795.9 million tickets, but in the last couple of years, only 547.1 million, which is a drop of almost 250 million admissions. That's crazy. Okay, there's also fewer movies. Obviously, we know that. I wanted to go see Six, the filmed version of Six, but it wasn't in a theater near me. They played it at bigger AMCs, which makes sense. They didn't play it at my local Landmark Theater, but Hadestown was there, which is crazy to me. God, I don't know what that is. And then let's see what else. Oh, Coyote versus Acme. I was gonna say Coyote versus Ugly, but that's not what either of those movies is called. Coyote versus Acme. That's coming to my local AMC, but they only have a showing for tonight. They have like 3 showings for today, excuse me, including 1 or 2 tonight. Then they also have some on Saturday and some on Sunday. The issue is it leaves that theater on Wednesday. Wednesday is the last showing, and that showing is at 3:30 p.m. On Tuesday, they have a showing at like 2, and then 3:30, and then 7:30. And, Daddy's going to be in bed by 9:30. I might see it Tuesday. We'll see. I need people should be able to go see movies. Don't be somebody who's like, I'm gonna wait till it comes home, it comes to my house. No, don't do that. Oh no. Would you like to review? No. Oh God, I'm running out of disk space. Oh Jesus, I have to delete some stuff. Hold on. I just did a bunch of interviews for. Actually, I don't need to delete those. Wait a minute. I did a bunch of interviews, and then I downloaded. Well, I did 2 interviews, and then I downloaded all of the information from the interviews, and that took up roughly 10 to 15 gigabytes. Okay. And I don't even know when those interviews are coming out. Maybe in 2 weeks. And finally, this comes from the New York Times. But we're good. I just deleted a bunch of stuff. Or emptied the trash. This comes from Sopan Deb. The funny way that stand-up comics are posting on social media. Now, this is a very interesting thing that I've not taken notice of, mostly because I don't scroll through social media. I'm better than that. This is a long episode. I haven't spoken to a human since I left the gym. No, I spoke to the cashier at Trader Joe's. This is why I hate having. I hate being such a predictable human being. Because I went to the same cashier I went to last week, and she goes immediately, "You're the guy who bought the pumpkin beer." Oh God. Oh God. Other people there, they're like, "Oh, you're the TV producer." Oh God. I gotta stop talking. I have to stop talking. Anyway, also, yeah, I went to Publix this morning. I went to Publix before I went to Trader Joe's, and I was walking from. I like to park in the back of the parking lot. I don't like to be near people. I was walking from my car to the front of to the store entrance of Publix, and I feel the heat from this car that's like not that's about to like that's like crossing in front of me as I'm trying to walk, and I turn my head, I'm like, who the fuck is this about to? It's a guy that I know from my gym, and he's making fun of me how about my just very. Like, my walk is very much, I have to get something done. I'm a New York walker. I had to get something done. Don't fucking bother me. Don't talk to me. And he's making fun of me. And it was just so, it was very funny. He did catch me off guard because I was wearing sunglasses, and I was just mugging. I'm like, who the fuck is doing this? Oh, so fun. Okay. All right, let's get into this. So what Sopan is writing about here is how comedians are choosing a new way to post their jokes to advertise themselves on social media, and it's working. As you'll see here, if you're watching the video, you see Mike Kaplan, friend of the show, Mike Kaplan. Mike Kaplan posted a joke that is broken up into 3 sections. The top part is, setup. Middle part is more setup, and then the last part is delivery, which is It's something that I think I've seen, over the past like 15 or so years, but Mike Kaplan has I guess owned it. The joke delivery format on Kaplan's account is being embraced by many stand-up comedians as they promote and advertise their performances on social media. It feels like gone, like the days of crowd work have been run out, and now we're seeing comedians post these pictures because sometimes, as a comedian points out here later in this piece, sometimes people are at work and they don't want to watch a video, or they just like nobody just wants to sit through a minute-long video and read captions or what have you. There's so many different reasons for wanting to enjoy comedy but not wanting to watch a video. You know what? As Sopan writes, it's a cartoon strip like frame, and it makes sense. I don't know why I couldn't put those words together. It's probably because I'm hungry. It's probably because I'm thinking about how long I have to row in order to get 3,000 meters. Why are we doing so much work on a Friday late Friday afternoon? It's not the middle of the workday. I'm not recording a podcast in the middle of the workday. Another reason comedians opt for text jokes is because, well, you don't need applause. He wrote the well. A comedian named Julian Braheny is quoted as saying, sometimes you have a joke you love, but sometimes you get a tape and maybe the video is not good. Maybe the audio is not good. Maybe the crowd didn't love it. And so it takes a long time to get a really good tape of a joke. Whereas a carousel, that's what these types of posts are called. A carousel, you can kind of do straight away. I do like this idea. But I also would love to for this not to become a way of people's only way of getting jokes, because who really would excel at this is Mitch Hedberg, rest in peace. He's a fantastic one-liner comedian. Who's I believe I just watched a bunch of clips last week. If you watch. I love Mitch Hedberg. He's a very funny comedian, and he's the best at what he did. But if you watch all of the clips of Mitch Hedberg on YouTube, you'll see all his jokes. Mostly because he did die young. Oh, but apparently this has been around. This style of carousel has been around on Reddit under r/standupshots. Yeah. I see it. I wonder if this helps people get followers. I hope so. What's interesting about this is that some of these people, well, actually, I would say a majority of them, as I scroll through the Reddit, they put their @ symbol. What's that called? Their name on social media. What is that called? Their call sign? WKRP in Cincinnati. Their tag? What is that? When it's their @ symbol in the name. Username? I don't know. I'm too dumb for this. I hope this is a way for comedians to get discovered. It just seems like a very fun and innocent way, of just posting your jokes. Because also, I don't see any, I don't want to say dirty, but crass jokes that people are putting up. Anyway. All right, I'm done. Listen, if you like what you heard here, head to the website, cpluscomedy.com, where you can see me talk to famous people. I have 2 interviews. It was a junket coming out at some point. I don't know when. It's not next week. It's probably the week after. So be on the lookout for that. Do I sound tired? Because you bet I am. So be on the lookout for that. And then I'm not going to promise anything. I was reached out to. I'm not going to promise anything. For nothing. For nobody. So we'll see about that. Listen, if you want to see a video version of those interviews, as well as a video version of this show, and video versions of the other podcasts, Late Night Lately, the Late Night Show that returns in September, and LinkedIn Logs, the Jobs and Business News podcast. Head on over to youtube.com/C+ Comedy, where you subscribe to those shows wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on social media, Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at C+ Comedy. Me on those platforms at Chad Black White. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. I want to say it right now. Bye.